Looks can be deceiving, but in my case, kinda not. I look like an older dude, and I am an older dude. I've been doing this on TV for a real long time, and I love it. I get to talk about American history through coins, through currency. It's a ball. But many of you that have been with me over these decades also know one of my favorite series, one of my favorite categories to talk about, just because of value per coin, has been the Franklin Half Dollar series. Every blue moon we talk about the proofs, but recently we've talked even fewer times in the last 6 months about the uncirculated. And that's because people are listening and coins are disappearing. So for the first time this year, I have available tonight the first 5 years Philadelphia Franklin halves and in uncirculated condition. Yeah. Surprised me too when I did an item number search on our system, looking into the last time we've talked about this item. It was actually October of last year. And it's because to make all 5 coins available, the first 5 years, I have to have all 5 years. So if I find a great roll deal on the 48 and the 50, I still got to find the 49. I still got to find the 52. And they got to be gorgeous uncirculated coins, because we all know the one fun thing about the Franklin series is you can really tell a slider to an uncirculated coin by just looking at it. A lot of the other coins have different tells. The Franklin is a wow moment. You can just tell. Now I'm showing you the common reverse as well. Great story here. We'll get to it. But the mint mark does not exist on a Philadelphia coin. So below the E and the S in states at 12 o'clock on top, it's a blank. If these were Denver's or San Francisco's, the D or the S would be there. But tonight, it's the Franklin series. Now, if it wasn't for the unfortunate events of late 1963 and the assassination of President Kennedy, and then the Kennedy half dollar tribute in 1964, which lasted 60 plus years, yeah, we probably would still have the Franklin today. At the time it was struck in 1948 for the first time, the coin in your far left, it was the first coin in circulation in U.S. history with that of a non-president. Lady Liberty is a look and a feel, right? And then we had the Lincoln cent, the Jefferson nickel, the Roosevelt dime, the Washington quarter. And when we got to the half dollar for a redesign, we didn't go to one of the other great presidents. We went to the founding father, one of the most influential people in our colonization, our young independence, Ben Franklin. His series lasted for 16 years, 1948 to 1963. And because it's only 16 years, it's also one of the reasons why it's so popular. It's actually an affordable collection. You can find all the coins in uncirculated condition for $1,000, $1,200, unless you find one of our deals, which even makes it more fun than that. There are 16 Philadelphias, there are 14 Denvers, there are 5 San Franciscos, for a total of 35 coins in the series. And tonight, it's the first 5 years of issue. All Philadelphia. So 48, 49, 50, 51, and 52. Let's do some math. 149.95 divided by 5 means what? Yeah, we're under $30 a coin for these early issue, the earliest of issues in the Franklin half dollar series. My competition, here's where they are for the same 5 coins. They're at $65.50 and the 48. The key is the 49, that's $70 and change. Then we're at $62 and change on the 50, 51, and 52. When you add up all 5 of them, over $300. We are less than half. Now, the second great story of this coin is the reverse. Notice the little eagle and the big bell? 1788, Second Continental Congress is going for our national symbol. And everybody says, let's do the big eagle, right? Majestic bird, perched. When it's soaring, the wingspan is just gorgeous, right? And Franklin says, I'm not standing for that. I think we should do the turkey. More wholesome bird, right? Well, didn't win. But out of respect, every half dollar in U.S. history, dating back to the colonial era, had a big eagle on the reverse. Every one of them. The bust, the seated, the Barbers, the Walker, and then the Franklin with no eagle. Nope, has to have an eagle. So let's put the Liberty Bell right in the middle, which is Philadelphia, and again, going back to our colonial era, and we'll make the eagle small. So we'll satisfy the requirement, but, right, and then the Kennedy half dollar. Kennedy half dollar has the presidential seal, which is the big eagle. Again, only little eagle on a half dollar in our history. One of those tidbits. Great stuff. Uncirculated. Why are there so few? Why can I not find them? I find circulated coins all the time, but I don't find uncirculated coins. Well, remember 1980, and we're seeing a run on silver this year already. We're up about 25% from January through the middle of the year. So we're having a good year on silver. But remember 1980, we go to $50 an ounce for the first time, which means all these coins melted for give or take 20 bucks no matter what the condition. They could be circulated, they could be uncirculated, they could be proof coins out of proof sets. Didn't matter, 20 bucks melt. They all disappeared. All disappeared. I remember I was a paper boy in the 1960s, so I had a lot of this stuff laying around. I had my albums put together, which is what I did, but even I, at that time, as a youngster, was one of those horrible people that melted some silver. Guys, give me a 1 minute clock. And then remember, the grading services started after that in the late 1980s, which doesn't change the numbers a lot, but it does pull away coins from finding these beautiful uncirculated coins. All of ours are encapsulated, as you see. They come in a beautiful presentation pouch. The 1948, yes, first year of issue, always special, but also when you add up all 16 Ps, 14 Ds, 5 San Franciscos, 35 coins in all, it's number 3 with low mintage. So you're getting these 5, not 5 coins from the first 5. You're getting these 5. Gorgeous uncirculated specimens. All of them 90% silver, yes. Uncirculated, as the graphic says, yes. Divide this by 5 and you're under $30 a coin. My competition, the lowest price was 62, then went to 65, and then went to 70. They're double our price, same 5 coins. So as we say here at AVC, one of those great comments for us coin collectors is the AVC way. To the rest of the industry, it's not a good word because, well, we have the best stuff at the lowest prices. Well, we should all be happy with that unless you're competing with us, right? So let's join us. Let's have some fun. $149.95 while they last.